Hi, it's Maxine from Maxine's Cakes. As a baker, I'm always curious to know where my ingredients are coming from. I'm a big fan of making chocolate cakes. I do enjoy good quality chocolate. So on my recent visit to Ghana, I thought it'd be a good idea to visit one of their cocoa farms and learn the process of getting the cocoa bean to cocoa powder. My guide Mercy, she was excellent and taught me through the process. Let's hear what she has to say.
Milo, brown gold, and many more. But before we get this, the beans inside the pot, they are all white in color. So we need to do this particular process to change all the white beans into becoming brown, get the taste and then the aroma. So we first of all harvest the pod from the whole farm. Go in for either plantain or banana leaves. And because they are broad, those are the leaves we use for the process. The process is always done on the ground, but this is just a demonstration.
Okay.
That's why I'm doing it up here. So we harvest our pod, then we strike it open. So this is how the beans in every cocoa pod is arranged. It ranges from 1 up to 55, not more than 55 and not less than 1. And this also can be taken in as a fruit, which is going to taste like either mango or soursop. So this is the amel variety. That is the one that's a kwashe fruit. So we are now going to taste to see if it's sweet or sour.
Okay.
So you can take one up the pod. We bring all the beans out, put them on the leaf, then we have to cover it. Fermentation starts with darkness, so the moment we cover, fermentation will begin. But during the process, we don't allow air to go through the beans, otherwise they will start to germinate.
Okay.
We don't want the beans to start germinating, so we have to prevent air from going through the beans by putting some stones and sticks around it. So we have some few beans undergoing process here with some stones around it, just to prevent air from going through it. So let's assume these ones are sticks and stones. Put them around it. Leave it in the farm for 3 days. The process is done for 7 days. But on the 3rd day, the farmer will come around. We are having a placenta that keeps the beans together. And on the 3rd day, we need to separate the beans from the placenta. It's very much easy to be removed on the 3rd day. Some people leave it in there until when they are going to dry the beans, then they take it off. Others take it off on the 1st day. So this is our cocoa placenta. And after taking it off, you put the beans back together in a heap form. If you are to harvest the pod from the whole farm, you're going to get a heap of this. Cover it again with your sticks and stones. Leave it for another 2 days, making 5 days. Now on the 5th day, the farmer will notice that the surface of the beans has turned from white to become brown. But because it's in a heap, when you go in beneath about 4 to 5 inches, that place is zero fermented. So you need to mix them up.
Again.
So for about 10 to 15 minutes, put them back together, cover again for the last 2 days. So the process goes like 3 to 2, making 7. And on the 7th day, everything totally changed to become brown. But they are still wet and we need to dry them. And in Ghana, we only use direct sunlight in drying of the cocoa beans. This is also the mat we use for the drying. It's made out from a raffia tree, being tied with this rope in such a way that when it's about to rain, you can easily roll the mat up together with the beans. Then it prevents water from touching it by putting either rubber or roofing sheets on it to prevent rain from touching the beans. Now, depending on how the sun is scorching, roughly 2 to 3 weeks, this becomes your end product. And this is what you are going to sell.
Right.
Now, when the beans gets to the factory, machines will be applied to it. But in the farm, whatever we did is done manually. So what they do is first they are going to roast the beans, so it will be easy for them to take off the husks. So we have some husks of them. After roasting, machines will take off the husks. Then we are going to get the cocoa nibs. That is what they are going to grind into powder. Mix it with sugar, add any additive to it to bring out the chocolate. So this is classified to be 100% dark chocolate. So I hope you love chocolate. Is it a milk chocolate you love or that's the dark
It's the
one?
dark chocolate. Dark. Yeah.
Yes. So what I'm having here is 100%. So you can take one each, break it into 2. So they blend this into powdered form. Then the dried beans will also be blended into powdered form. Oil is extracted from the dried bean side, added to this. They add in more additives to bring out the cocoa butter we use on our skin. With the pod here, after taking the beans out of it, we are going to give it to animals like goats, cow, pig, and sheep, and they love to feed on them. When we leave them in the farm and they decompose, they come in as organic fertilizer. But the moment they dry up, they tend to become black. And with this black pod, we are having a soap called the African black soap. This is what we use for making the soap. So for you to make the soap, you get a lot of this, which is well dried. Burn it well into ashes. Collect the ashes and add water to it. Sieve it and set it on fire. Add either palm oil or palm kernel oil to it. A little amount of caustic soda to be added. You stir it until it becomes very thick. Then you can shape it in any shape you want. You have your soap for bathing. Very good for the skin, for skin rashes, and also for washing of the hair. With the juice that comes from this, the fresh seed, it also goes through another fermentation process for us to get alcoholic beverages like cocoa liqueur, cocoa gin, cocoa wine, and also cocoa brandy. So they have a way of extracting the juice when they are doing the fermentation. Now, as a farmer, this becomes your end product. So this is what you are going to sell. We sell them in kilos to the government here in Ghana. So we have a sack which weighs 65 kilos. So you put all the beans in it, then you sell to the government. Not directly to them, but they'll be having agents in the community. You sell to them. But before they patronize the beans from you, they have to check if the beans are quality by randomly selecting 1 or 2 beans, breaking it into 2 to see if the color inside the bean is dark brown, like the one you showed. So if it's dark brown, it means it's quality. But if it's not dark brown and it's purple, that means the beans are not quality. And the purple one comes out from the fresh one. So this is the color inside the purple bean. So if your beans are purple, that means they are not quality. It means you didn't do the fermentation well, and also the drying was not done well. So they will deduct an amount of money from the actual salary. Then they are now going to work on it and give it to you at the end. So if you want to also plant cocoa, the fresh one from the pod is what you plant. So you just plant that because looking at it from here, the white strain here is the embryo going to develop into becoming a full-grown cocoa tree. But through the processing, the embryo gets to die. So if you are to plant this, there is no way they're going to germinate. Now, after they have it in bulk, then they are going to distribute it across the nation. So 60% of our cocoa beans goes to Switzerland, Belgium, Japan, and other countries. Then 40% will remain here for our local production. So we also do produce chocolate here in the country, but not compared to the quantity the European countries produce. And our chocolate is made in such a way that the temperature here will be able to sustain it. So even under the hot sun, you'll be seeing people selling chocolate bars which are not melting. And that is because we don't put in more sugar. Rather, the cocoa percentage is very high. Adding a lot of sugar makes it melt easily. That's why we don't add a lot of sugar to it. So that is it about cocoa.
Maxine Cakes, that's nice of heaven, oh so great. Don't for 1 second hesitate to get that treat from Maxine Cakes. Rum cake, carrot cake, and sweet wet for sure. Turn over, vegan and gluten-free, whoa, and so much more.
Located in East London, give us a call at 0795-800-4013 or visit our website at www.maxinescakes.com.